The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the part of I just for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. But I rock and I staff them, comforted I and I. Oh, the prepare a table before right in the presence of our enemy them. Who no anointed I head with no oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy. I go follow I all the days of I Ivan. May I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. Kadama we gromabe ate lo e. Exact beer. Tana istalina ba shante 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 shante. Kadama we gromabe ate lo e. Where two and three meet in the name of the Most High Jah. And that's so Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way, if Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I sit unto your name, O King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. Amasa Yahuda, Amasa Negusto, Danielam. Komaya Sataya. Ay mana pio aya. Kadama we groma be te lo e. Au mauso bolisa. Adanu wato. It was sickly for. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show them. And here we speak truth to power. My name, Blakk Rasta. In every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, we all know in every traditional African home and setting that food is cooking. Not just any food, sumptuous and nutritious. Now, ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, colors, and even aromas and flavors. Put aside all their differences, relegating themselves to the background in that different world and coming into the black pot where they are subjected to some amount of heating. Right after the heating, they produce food, sumptuous and nutritious. They do not even participate in the eating of the food. We do, the eaters. Yet every time, they will rise to the occasion, coming together, putting aside all their various individual differences and looking at the bigger picture of producing food for our livelihoods. What does that teach us? A lesson of selflessness. Until we all become selfless, loving the next generation and the generations yet to come, the same way we love ourselves. Remember what the Bible tells you. Love your neighbor as thyself. This is unique. This nation will break down. The world will break down. Yes, it is a lesson of selflessness. Are we going to plant trees knowing very well we will not live long enough to benefit from the shades and the fruits of the trees? Or we are going to relegate ourselves to producing only crops that will yield in the time of our life so we can eat, sleep, die, be buried, and be forgotten? When my grandfather planted that seed, so little was I to understand that he was planting something for me and other generations to come. He would water it every day. And I was wondering why grandfather, with his bent back, would continue to water this seed until it started to germinate. I thought it was a flower. But no, it came out and it was not a flower. It kept growing and growing. Grandfather died in the middle of it all. And I wondered who was going to water that seed. And then my father continued to water it. It grew into a big tree. My father also died. Today when I sit under that shade, I give credit to my grandfather who knew he would not live long enough to enjoy the shade and the fruits of the tree. when we plant mango trees in Ghana and the rest of Africa, we are not only planting it because of the fruits, but because of the shade, which is year-round. Oh, these are words of wisdom that we must all learn from. Now, this show is all about the mindset. Now, if the average African mindset is right, every other thing will be righted. Individuals will build schools, roads, and hospitals, not waiting for the government in power to do all these things. But if the mindset is wrong, the government can build every little structure and facility. The bad mind will break down everything, looking for fresh ones to come from the government again. Patriotism is what we preach here. We don't do politics. Here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'd only just criticize to build and not to destroy. This is all about the people, the land, and development. If you follow me, you certainly know that we are in the world of patriotism. Remember, we are live on YouTube. Our channel is called the Blakk Empire Media. Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K, as you can see on your screens. Do me a favor. Please subscribe to this channel, Blakk Empire Media, and click on the notification button so that every time we come on live, you will be alerted to watch. We appreciate you and we never take you for granted. Remember to do me yet another favor. Share this broadcast. Make sure everybody around you gets to feel this. This is a way of building our motherland, building Africa, and building ourselves and our land. This is the Blackport, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Nobody is bigger than the truth. And I want to say thank you so much to ISIT. ISIT is I-S-I-T. It simply means in spirit, in truth. This is the new social media platform everybody is talking about. Oh, yes. Now, if your regular social media platform is very negative, violence, racism, and even nudity, this is the new thing that you must latch yourself on. The platform is unique, is beautiful. What are we talking about? Listen, you can go live, you can make audio and video calls. At the same time, you can upload your videos and photos and meet other positive-minded people. And by the name, you know it's all positive. ISIT, I-S-I-T, in spirit, in truth. Download this for free from Google Play and App Store. And you will meet me on ISIT. Connect with family and friends. Make memories clean and beautiful that are lasting. This is to say thank you to ISIT. And this is the Blackport, a.k.a. Kukushunumu. And we are live on YouTube. Make sure that you send in your comments. And another good thing about ISIT is the fact that it is modeled by Ghanaian engineers in America. They are powerful algorithms that remove every kind of negativity before it even comes up. Comments are very much encouraged. Send them in. And remember to share the broadcast. My name is Blakk RASTA, and we are ready for action. Today we have 5 important issues we want to look at, as you can see. Number 1, rolling up on the screen, galloping like a mad horse. And what does it say? URSULA OWUSU in hot waters. Who is URSULA OWUSU? URSULA OWUSU Akufu, in fact, is the communications minister of Ghana. She's been a very strong woman in politics. I admire women who change the status quo. Women in Ghana, most are just relegated to the kitchen, and some are also relegated to some so-called traditional professions and activities. When I see a woman who is a driver, taxi driver in Ghana, I'm excited. When I see a woman who is a mechanic in Ghana, I am excited because these are traditional, stereotype jobs meant for men. She is one of the politicians that I truly admire, not because she's always right, but because she's been able to stand toe-to-toe with some men. Recently in Parliament, she had to fight another person, an MP, a man, for allegedly calling her a practicer of lesbianism. But it came out that what that MP said was that she was a supporter and promoter of lesbianism and LGBTQI+ activities. No apology has come yet. But my brother, my sister, this is URSULA OWUSU. Pretty and nice. She says she practiced lesbianism when she was in school. In fact, she experimented with supi. whilst in school, and that tag seems to have remained on her. But today we are not talking about supi supi. We are talking about alleged corruption. Alleged corruption. And look at this. Ascend Digital Solutions Limited. Does it ring a bell? Does it ring a bell? I need you to keep this in your mind. There's a bald-headed MP that I like so much from North Tongue. He looks like somebody you would love to admire and love. This is the man, Ablakwa, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, honorable. I love him. Every now and then, he comes patriotically to support this nation, and I love him. Come here. Hey, Ablakwa petitions World Bank to probe 49 million accent contract. North Tongue Member of Parliament Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa has petitioned the World Bank to investigate the accent contract allegedly awarded by Minister of Communications and Digitalization URSULA OWUSU Ekufun. The Minister of Communications and Digitalization in December 2022 awarded the World Bank funded project worth 49.5 million American dollars to Michelle's Airtel Ghana Limited and Ascent Digital Solutions Limited, ADSL. In his petition, he said that he became aware of a litany of major alleged irregularities, illegal conduct, and fundamental breaches of the bank's anti-corruption guidelines in the award and execution of the contract for the procurement of connectivity. Yes, needs to increase high-speed government connectivity to district centers, hospitals, police stations, and post offices in 5 lots under the e-Transform project. My God. My God. He is reminding the World Bank that you say you are fighting corruption, so you are an anti-corruption or anti-graft institution in one way or the other. This money that is coming from you, funded by the World Bank, has been misused. Allegedly, can you please intervene? This petition, he said, is anchored on unimpeachable documents and the patriotic and credible accounts of whistleblowers who courageously stand ready to assist the bank in its much-needed investigations. The documents in my possession, which bring me to an irresistible conclusion of collusion, misinterpretation, and other multiple legal violations, include tender submission documents from Airtel Tigo and Accent Digital Solutions Limited, the contract between the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization and Airtel Tigo and Accent Digital Solutions Limited, subcontract between Airtel Tigo and Accent Digital Solutions Limited and Huawei Technologies Ghana Limited. Intercepted internal memos, response to my fight to information request from Ghana's Public Procurement Authority. And that's important. Underline that. Bring that back. Bring that back. Watch it. It's very important. It says what? And my right to information request from Ghana's Public Procurement Authority. He got information from the Procurement Authority. Official reports of Parliament, articles of incorporation, social media statements from the Minister of Communications and Digitalization, a public statement from the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications. All these documents he claims he has. Upon a careful review of the documents, I discovered a declaration letter in support of Accent Digital Solutions Limited from the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications, GIFEC, offering a categorical proof of contract between GIFEC and Accent Digital Solutions Limited under the Ghana Rural Telephony Project being implemented by GIFEC, which is an agency of the Ministry of Communications and Digitalization. In addition, the Airtel Tigo Accent tender made emphatic claims that Accent Digital Solutions Limited is executing a $48 million rural telephony project, which between 2020 and 2021 delivered 506 sites, out of which 250 got commissioned. Both documents are touched. Dash it away. Dash it. So this is what Ablakwa is saying. And he posted this on social media, Twitter. That's what he posted. Yesterday, I petitioned the World Bank to launch investigations into the litany of irregularities, misrepresentation, insider dealing, and conflict of interest relating to the 48 million US dollar Ascend scandal, and how that was used to fraudulently secure a 49.5 million World Bank funded e-transform project. My God. And this is a letter he wrote to the World Bank. Hey. This is the letter he wrote to the World Bank. It's a 6-page letter he wrote to the World Bank. I want us to applaud Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. This is not the first time. He's going deep to be able to deal with these issues. My prayer is that when his party comes into power, he should be man enough to continue with some of these things. That's my prayer for him. Because with politicians, they only see what is wrong when they are in opposition. But the moment they get into power, they get blind to everything. I am so much happy about how he is going about this. We want to hear from the World Bank. Has the money been misappropriated? Has there been any case of fraud in this issue? In our country, the rich are always the corrupt. Those who are honest die poor. And the children of the corrupt rich men call the children of the honest ones who died poor lazy. In our country, to be able to test that you are hardworking, you have to be rich. If you are not rich, then you are automatically lazy. Yet it is the other way around. The rich most of the time are the most corrupt. Those who know everybody in high position, and they are ready to turn around and break rules and bend rules so that they will be able to steal from the masses. Things have to change. Can I take you to Rwanda? Come here. Listen, when you go to Rwanda, there's a policy of zero corruption. In Ghana, police people might even ask you for a bribe. Even some soldiers on the street are beginning to know the tricks of taking bribes quickly from drivers. They used to put it right there inside the license. There's a book. Now, my brother, my sister, the license is just one card. So there's no such book. So what do? They hold the flashlight and they are able to collect the money and attach it to the flashlight as if they are working. But inside there is that demonic bribe. Nobody has ever become rich from bribery. They die with sicknesses. Cancer awaits you. Liver problems await you. And at the same time, kidney issues await you. That is why the poor live longer than the rich. I pray that this matter is tackled properly so that those who have been causing the hemorrhage of this country financially can also taste the Hades. It is sad. The moment you call yourself a politician in Ghana and you are in power, it's time to milk the nation. Nobody is ready to be patriotic. Nobody is ready to stand with the motherland. In fact, the slightest thing, we want to run out of this country to go and glorify people who have stood patriotically by their nations. Yet we are not ready to do that. What kind of a people are we? Can't you for once become wise and sit back and say, hey, for the sake of the generations yet to come, we do not want the next generation to be running to the American embassy begging for visas to run. We do not want the next generation to come around running for visas to Korea. They spend all their time in churches praying for a breakthrough, and that breakthrough is not for them to be able to invent anything that is monumental, but to get a visa. What kind of a prayer is this? that every time you are looking for a visa, or you are looking for a white man to marry in America or in China, or you are looking for that yellow man in China or in Asia ready to get married to, what is happening to us? Religion is killing us. We are the most religious people on earth, yet the most corrupt. I'm happy where Apraku is going. And I pray for more oil on your head so that you have more energy to fight on. Again, when you come into power, and I know you will, keep the same energy, if not even more, fighting corruption. Listen. The fight against corruption is not a fight that looks at faces. Ever it is, corruption will have to be dealt with. That is the only way we can move forward. As for OWUSU, I don't know why you've been quiet all this while. We hope that you would also come out and say something, but I encourage the World Bank. The World Bank is not our friend. Neither is the IMF our friend. Why is it that all of a sudden Airtel Tigo is changing its name from Airtel Tigo to AT? Could it be because of some of these things? Anyway, we will go into it and find out exactly what it is. In the interim, this is the Black Pot. Dash it away and bring me the next thing. Watch it. And it says what? IGP DAMPARE gains support. What is he doing? And he's gaining support. This is the IGP. This is the man everybody's talking about in Ghana right now. There is an orchestration to remove him from power because they claim he's too honest to serve any politician. They claim that he was put there politically to stand by the sympathies of the NPP, the ruling power. And he doesn't seem to be doing that. He's too honest. And for that matter, he should be removed so that a dirty IGP can be brought in. And this is coming from a CO, Commissioner of Police. It's sad. Secret recording of purported plot to remove IGP DAMPARE leaks. We all saw that, didn't we? We saw that. But Kwesi Pratt is talking right now. What is Kwesi Pratt saying? It's frightening to have a COP think this way. Kwesi Pratt reacts to leak audio on IGP. Come here, my youth. Watch me. Hey! He says what? The managing editor of the Inside newspaper, Comrade Kwesi Pratt Jr., has reacted to the leaked tape that allegedly features conversations among some high-ranking police officials on the removal from office of the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akuffo Dampare. Speaking on Metro TV's Good Morning Ghana on July 12, 2022. That's today. The celebrated journalist expressed concerns about the implication of the audio on the country. Kwesi Pratt indicated that he could identify some of the voices in the tape after listening to it multiple times, asserting that the voices on the tape are those of the individuals who are well known in public space. It's choking. Choking. Think say you dey wise. After listening to the tape about 3 times, I felt convinced that I could identify some of the voices in the tape, and some of the people who spoke on tape are people that we all know. I would like to say that we need to authenticate this tape just to take out the doubt. He said he expressed concern about the fact that senior police officers are endorsing electoral rigging and linking it to political affiliation in appointments to high-ranking positions, such as Inspector General of Police. Hey, this is very important. Senior police officials, they are endorsing with the correct electoral malpractices, electoral stealing, electoral fraud, rigging, and so on and so forth. Why do you want to disenfranchise the people? If the man says he wants A, it's only in our country that we think that we know better than the people. And the people are so weak and so cowardly that they cannot stand by their birthrights. A man can come and buy your vote with just a cup of rice and 100 Ghana cedis, sometimes 20 cedis. Illiteracy has nothing to do with this. It has nothing to do with this. It's all about civility and common sense. The illiterate has a common sense. The man who is illiterate also has common sense. When you go to Rwanda, nobody buys votes from anybody. Zero policy. No tolerance for corruption. Yet in our country, senior police officials allegedly are scheming in the scheme of things to steal the next election. And these are police officials who train them. In a country where nobody wants to be police, unless they realize that that's the last option for them to get employment. Then they go and line up, they shave them like robots, and they stand there and march in the sun all day and night. And then they are recruited into the police. Why wouldn't they do this? They have no passion for the service. They are only there because of bread and butter. So they will do anything to satisfy their dirty bellies. That's what is happening in our country, brethren. How many people join the police service because of the passion and love for the service? If you are able to even get 0.001%, I will eat my head. If you are able to get 0.000 to the umpteenth time, 1%, I will swallow my head. The renowned journalist said the Council of State should take an interest in the development and address it. The main point is that you have a commissioner of police who can think the way that the person on the tape is thinking and still be in the service. In fact, that is frightening. It means you can actually have police officers who believe that elections should be rigged. And that this is terrible. According to him, the subject of the leak tape goes beyond the IGP. This is way beyond Mr. DAMPARE, and if I were to advise, I would tell him not to make any pronunciation, not take any action, but wait for his superior authority. This is terrible, horrible, he said. Dash. What Kwesi Pratt has said, need I say anything more? This is how lowly our country has descended. The people that we are paying to protect us, the people that we took to school to learn how to protect us and take care of us, and they claim in their motto, the police is our friend. They are actually our enemies. They are actually people who are killing us. It's sad. And when I look at it, it breaks my heart. Look at this man, this Professor Jampo. We all remember Professor Jampo, right? This was the man who was, in fact, implicated in a certain sex for grades activity right there at the University of Ghana. In fact, he was washed clean and he came out of it. He was reinstated after his suspension and he's still talking. Remember, he said at the time that the paymasters were at work and they were trying to pull him down. Well, today we are told that the investigation is over and he's clean. Watch what he says from 3news.com. Deal swiftly with rumors if you aren't contemplating DAMPARE's removal. This is Professor Jampo talking to Nana Akufo-Addo, and you can see him in a photo with the IGP. Renowned political scientist, Professor Ransford Edward Yao. Is it Van Jampo? My God. What a thing. Has called on the New Patriotic Party, NPP, and the Akufo-Addo government to address the rumors regarding the plan to sack the Inspector General of Police. Professor Jampo's statement comes in the wake of a leaked audio featuring some senior police officers engaging in conversations with a prominent party figure believed to be former Northern Regional Chairman Bugri Nabu. Come here. I know Bugri Nabu well. I know Bugri Nabu too well. From when I was a little boy growing up in Tamale. He had a beautiful hotel there. They burnt it down during the Kokomba Dagomba clashes. Sad. Some of the things that war can bring to us. He's based in Accra now. I visited him in Accra here once. And when I was going, he gave me money to buy banana and orange. At the time, he was looking quite sick. But he looked at me, an able-bodied man like me, and still gave me money. I won't tell you how much it was. But it could afford some banana and maybe 2 oranges. For him to even think about that. In fact, I felt it deep inside me. Another time I told myself, I'm going to bring 100 times what he gave me to give to him to say thank you. I've not been able to do that yet. But it will happen. This is Bugli Nabu we are talking about. He's a senior member of the MPP. A man who has gone through the rank and file. In fact, he has gone through the mill for the NPP. In the leaked audio tape, the IGP was reportedly labeled as a member of the opposing National Democratic Congress, NDC. In a Facebook post made on Tuesday, July 11, Professor Jampo highlighted the potential political consequences for the MPP and the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government if they were to consider removing the IGP due to his competence. Yes, you are removing him because he's too competent. In Ghana, when we have anti-graft societies, anti-corruption committees, and we bring somebody to supervise, they are not bringing you to supervise and fight corruption. They are just bringing you to make sure that people are still corrupt, but they get the right benefits of corruption. So if people are going to steal 100 million, at least you still steal the 100 million, but you share it equally amongst the so-called. It will be politically suicidal for the MPP as a party and the Akufo-Addo government to think about removing the IGP for being too competent. But if this is not their thinking, why can't they swiftly dissociate themselves from the rumors? That's it. You see, and the Minister of the Interior, my own uncle, Ambrose Derry, came out and said, oh, forget about them. There's not going to be any mayhem during the election. Everything will be well. Nothing untoward will happen. He's a little fry as compared to the whale, Nana Akufo-Addo. Yet Akufo-Addo has a penchant for lying. We are sitting on money, yet we are poor. It's because of bad leadership. Since he came with his good leadership, we haven't seen that money. We have to run to the IMF and ask them to show us some money. Is this a president you can trust? Such a lying president. They told us, my brother, my sister, the same Nana Akufo-Addo, before he came back for his second term, they shot and killed 6 people. What happened? Their own JB Dankwa. They killed him. They slaughtered him like a pig in his house. Excuse my language, but I'm hurt. What happened? Ahmed Swale was gunned down on the streets of Medina. What have they done? After a politician, an MP, Kennedy Japan, pronounced judgment on him, he took the laws of the court into his own hands. In a few days' time, they killed him. What happened? What happened? And small fry, F-R-Y, fry, that's a little fish, camphra. Small fish like that. You are telling me nothing will happen. Don't joke with the lives of people. I wish that he would have said that, hey, we are taking the contents of this tape seriously and we are investigating it. How can you come and draw a blanket statement of this and rubbish it and make it look like there's nothing happening, as if you are the Almighty? Don't do that. Maybe you and your family are protected. But we saw how 6 people or more were shot and killed because somebody wanted to take over power. Akufo-Addo must take steps to investigate leaked tape on DAMPARE. And this is Agalga talking. This is Agalga. This is what every wise person should do. Why would it Nana Akufo-Addo come out and say, DAMPARE, I was the one who put you there. And I will make sure that you continue to be there because you are good. If people are saying that we should remove you because you are too competent, of course I stand with competence. So be there. They can't say that. They want to break the 38. Let them come and say it. These guys are all corrupt. Dirty people in parliament. Supporting a dirty president. Dirty people in government. All over Africa. Not only in Ghana. Posterity will judge all of you one after the other. So harshly. Dash. When we return, we got more. Remember to keep your comments coming in. And remember to share this broadcast. It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. We want to assure you that we love you and we appreciate you. We never take you for granted that you spend your time to listen to these vibes and even share the vibes. We love you and we appreciate you. When we return, we got more. Hey! Wayo! Here, we only talk about patriotism, no politics whatsoever. Oh yes. We have never been on the payroll of any dirty politician. We will never be. To God be the glory. That is why all these years you have developed the trust in us. We'll never let that trust down. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA, is all in the service of God and country. Next thing. What does it say? Watch it. It says, Dr. Apraku, disappointed finance minister, now Flagbearer hopeful. Hey, are we sure? So this is Dr. Apraku. I'll tell you something small about him. Look at him properly. He's a very serious politician. When I was in the university, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, this was somewhere in 1997. Independence Hall. We had a radio station there called Contato. I was told that's the first radio station in Ghana. They experimented with that in the university and it worked. Transmitting to the environs. Yes. Ejija and all those areas in Kumasi. I was privileged to be on that radio where I honed my career. I greet you. Today is called Focus FM. Apraku, the radio station was on the 8th floor, was it the 9th floor, the last floor of Katanga Hall, University Hall. Apraku had just returned from England or so. In the days when the NDC and PNDC are taking over the whole of Ghana and Ghanaians were fed up. And he was campaigning for his party. In fact, he came all the way to the University Hall. Climbed all the way from the first floor all the way to the last floor, the 9th floor also. My brother, you need to have all the energy or else having reached the top, you would have to stay for another 30 minutes to catch your breath. Apraku came there. We all heard him on campus talking with that accent and we believed he was okay. And for me, it was a great achievement. There were bigger radio stations. Love FM was there. Utek FM was there. Other radio stations. But he had gone to all those and he knew that he had to catch us young. Today, I'm graying. He doesn't even have a single gray on his head. But at the time that he came, I was just a little toddler. Look at him. Where are the grays? Is it Yomo or what? Or is it genetical? He doesn't have it. I give him credit for following his passion. He's worked very hard for the NPP. I never met him again from that time. 1997-98. Apraku. In fact, for us to have such a guest on radio on campus was huge. And he spoke to the whole campus. Maybe he was the only politician who did that and found us valuable enough to catch us at that time. 1997-98. So if Apraku said he has served his party, I will be one of those to vouch for him. But why are we talking about Apraku? He says he was betrayed and he's disappointed by Nana Akufo-Addo. Watch it. I was betrayed. I wanted to be finance minister. And this Dr. Apraku. New Patriotic Party presidential hopeful, Dr. Kofi Konadu Apraku, has expressed his disappointment at not being offered a position in the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government. He said that despite all the contributions he made to help the party win victory, he was overlooked by the Akufo-Addo government when it came to appointment after several promises. Dr. Apraku, who expressed this sentiment during a Joy News interview on July 11, that's yesterday, 2023, monitored by Ghana Web, added that he was ready and willing to accept a position that suited his background, but no offer was made. I was the campaign manager for Nana Akufo-Addo in 2008. Did you hear that? In 2012, I was in charge of security, and the last one that I did not have any position. I worked very hard. I went everywhere I could, but I was not offered a position. I would have accepted a position if I was offered one. With my background in economics, finance, I would not have minded at all being offered a position of finance minister. I was ignored, and so I had to find a job. He refuted the assertion that he betrayed the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo by refusing to work in his government. It is not a betrayal. If anything at all, it should be the reverse. They did not find a use for me that was appropriately packaged, he said. Dash. So you see the mentality we have. Such a senior politician. I just vouched for him that he worked very hard to be able to put the party where it is now. I agree. Forever young. Watch me. He's saying that having worked so hard for the party, he expected to be rewarded. It is no more about Ghana, the bigger picture. It's about personal aggrandizement. Did you hear that? He expected that having supported Nana Akufo-Addo to win power, he would become the finance minister. He's not telling us that the finance minister they put in there, he would have done better than him. He's saying that he should have been the finance minister, whether he was porous or not. 2, he's saying that once Akufo-Addo did not make him the finance minister, he had to go and look for a job. So now political appointments are jobs. They are no more services as we are told. Service to the nation. We are here to serve you. Nana Akufo-Addo said that anybody who wanted to be rich should go to the private sector, and that any member of his government coming in there to see it as a job where they would have to put money in their pockets should pack and leave. I'm so ashamed by this. So where is the sacrifice? He was looking for a job, no coffee, something to eat. What is happening? Such shameless talk. The guy is saying that he was expecting Nana Akufo-Addo to make him finance minister so that at least his job would be secured. And once Akufo-Addo didn't do it, he had betrayed him. He didn't have a job and he had to go look for a job. Hallelujah. So political office is a job now. If I were president of this country, all those political offices would be 100% sacrificial. As long as you see those appointments as jobs, my brother, nothing patriotic is going to happen in this country. You are only looking for your chop chop. That's what a job is for, right? The electrician goes to work, not necessarily because he loves the job that he's doing. He's going because it's a job. He needs to get paid. Money first. Do you get it? He said he couldn't get it, so he had to go look for a job. Where people see political appointments as jobs rather than a call to national duty and service, we are dead. When others are running around with their CVs, they have burnt the midnight oil all over the place, waiting to be able to glorify their period of study, to also serve their motherland. Others are saying that it is a job. We didn't employ you. We asked you to come and help make our country together, lead us and make our nation go forward. But you have turned it into jobs for yourselves by employing each other. Such cowards. Dash him away. Cowards in power. You are all there to feed your stomach. Your job. Your job. That is what is going to put food on your table. And once you don't get it, you don't serve anymore. It's not about the nation anymore. It's about your stomach. I don't know how many people agree with this, but it is what it is. Come here. When we return, it will be time to read your messages. Keep them coming in. All the people from Kuwait, those sending us messages from Saudi Arabia, from Alicante in Spain, all those writing to us from Mauritania, Zambia, Tanzania, those reaching out to us all the way from Morocco, Algeria, China. We just want to say we appreciate you. Please share the broadcast. It's the Blakk Pot. We shall return. Hey! Wayo!
Blakk Pot. Kuku show.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Show, and here we speak truth to power. Remember to share the broadcast. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Your YouTube channel is called Blakk Empire Media, and Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K, as you can see on the screen. For now, I just want to appreciate you. We never take you for granted. Your time is very important to us. We have about 10 minutes more to go. Next story. But before the next story, let's take your comments. Come here. Hi. Paul Skimo says, I salute you, Blakk Rasta. I salute you too. Gamele Apasu says, welcome, Blakk Rasta. Watching you live from North Carolina in the United States of America. Come here. Roll the rhythm. Hey, you think say you day wise. I love you. Kuchoko. All right. Melanie Kluche is the first time we're seeing this. And Melanie said, watching from Togo. Good work, my mentor. Melanie, thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Que le Dieu vous bénisse. Merci beaucoup. Nou, Mohamed Abdallah says, Bawalaya, wherever I see him, he says, whenever I see him talking, from start to end, is all lies. I feel ashamed as a Muslim. He is representing us. Well, you have the right to feel ashamed that he's one of you or one of us, but he cannot represent Muslims. No way. He can represent himself as a Muslim, but he cannot be a yardstick for all Muslims. No. Max Pro says, Blakk Rasta, please, what's the title of the song you played before and after your program? It's a real African music. I like it very much. Keep on the good work. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. That music is not out yet. It's called Bawa. Bawa da Bawa. Na Mese Bawa. Te Yang Balagim. It's not out yet. It will be released. Soon come. I can see you love it. All right. So Francis Ampim says, Blakk Rasta, congratulations to you and your crew for a good work done. All right. Thanks so much to Jeff. Thanks so much to Lenche Lenche, Stanley Opare, and of course, big up Osaje Fudua Bill. Jaja, grant you more wisdom, knowledge, and strength. Of course, big up to Ajete Soa. Yes, this is the crew, and much more. Sharif Ibrahim says, welcome, Blakk Rasta. Blessed Lord Muhammad Nu Abdallah says, NPP. All right. PK Jr. says, Blakk Rasta, the Kuchoko legend. Welcome. Blessed love. Joseph Ashley says, watching all the way from the USA, New Jersey. Wishing you the best. Thank you so much. Remember to share the broadcast. PK Jr. comes back and says, me love you, Blakk Rasta. Keep up the good work. Jah guide and protect you. Blessed love. Sharif Ibrahim comes back and says, Blakk, do you think I1 can come back stronger? Anybody can come back stronger. Whether it's I1, I2, 5-1, Black Rasta, Yellow Rasta, Green, anybody can come back once you have the determination. The talent is still there. Why not? Nate Oko Aklebeto says, greetings to my unpaid lecturer, yes, and the indomitable lions behind the camera. God bless. Thank you so much to the indomitable lions. We have more coming in. And this one says, do be goobly. Do be goobly. Greetings to you, Blakk Rasta from USA. Please, Blakk, there is what? There is what is that? Quiet. A quote. All right, you wanted to say quote. There is a quote by the legendary Sylvester Stallone. You showed us before. I want to sponsor you to make it a billboard in front of the Jubilee House. Our numbers are rolling on the screen. We need that sponsorship. We support you. We can do it. Talk to us. Let's see how much sponsorship you want to offer. And we can get the billboard in front of the Jubilee House. I know the quote you're talking about. Let's talk business. The business of Ghana. The business of Africa. We promise you that we will not add a cent to whatever it is. The cost will be given to you and we will place it there. Kim's GH, preach on, my brethren. And then Sweet Smile says, what will it profit a man to miss this wonderful show? Well, we move. Blakk Rasta, more fire. My name is Abdul Rahman from Tamale. Thank you so much, Abdul Rahman from Tamale. Jidefo Do Chibli says, Mr. Blakk, greetings. IGP, you have to be true to yourself and remain humble. Whether you win or lose, you've got to treat everyone the same and be who you are. Thank you, IGP. Well, I hope that he knows this. He is a professional and he will deal with that. Next story. Keep your comments coming in. We shall take the next batch before we go. We just have a few minutes. Reckless borrowing. Debt sustainability joke. Reckless borrowing. Debt sustainability joke. This is the man saying it, not me. It's called Kwame Mpianim. Serious economist. We know debt sustainability after borrowing recklessly. He's asking. Debt sustainability after borrowing recklessly. Didn't you know this before? An economist, Kwame Mpianim, has reiterated Ghana's reckless borrowing that has run the country into a ditch. According to him, after borrowing and spending without caution, the government is now talking about debt sustainability, something that should have been pursued before now. So they are putting the cart before the horse. He noted that it will be difficult for the country to come out of the economic crisis anytime soon if drastic measures are not employed. It is going to be very difficult to get the economy back if we don't change drastically how we develop. We have to cut our coats according to our cloth and ensure that there is value for all the money we get. Let's get rid of incompetence and corruption because those two are important to the management of the economy. Why was Ken Ofori-Atta able to borrow so recklessly? Now that we are in the gutter, we know what debt sustainability is. He was quoted by citynewsroom.com as saying. Kwame Mpianim further added that managing the economy is not a difficult job if corruption was not involved. He therefore asked the government to block avenues where corruption thrives in the country. Dash. So you see, it all boils down to patriotism. If you are patriotic, you cannot be corrupt. If you are patriotic, there's no way you can ever be incompetent. Dash. Next item. It is the last one. We are going to deal with this, and that will be the finale. We shall take your comments and then call it a day. Guinness Book of Mediocrity. Last week, this is the Guinness Book of Records. But what we have right now is the Guinness Book of Mediocrity. Look at this guy. He's a Cameroonian guy. He says he wants to get into the Guinness Book of Records. So he has cried for 100 hours non-stop so that he will go into the book as the man who cried for 100 hours non-stop. How is that going to benefit Cameroon? How is that going to remove dirty dictator Paul Biya from there? How is that going to put food on the table of the people? The other day, I was on UTV and I was telling them, right now in Ghana, we have all become mediocre. A musician comes out and says that, oh, I am the first Ghanaian artist to sing on a certain platform. I am the first Ghanaian artist to drink water in Cape Verde. I am the first gospel artist to go to Thailand and shout Ghana, Ghana 3 times. I am the first Ghanaian to have my hair barbed in Seychelles Island. How does this help us? Right now, you go on the internet, I'm the first to do this, first to do that, first to do that. Guinness Book of Mediocrity. Somebody just got into it for cooking for 7 trillion hours. How would that help us? Somebody from Nigeria got into it for cooking the most hours. How is that going to help corruption get out of Nigeria? How is that going to keep Boko Haram out of Nigeria? How productive is that? It's Guinness Book of Mediocrity. What is this? A Cameroonian has attempted a world record bid for the longest hours of continuous crying. The man is a comedian known on social media as 237 Town Crier. On Monday, July 10, 2023, he started his crying marathon. He has tagged a cryathon, seeking to set a world record of 100 hours of non-stop crying. Video shared on his official Facebook page shows him seated on a chair, wailing, while a laptop placed on another chair is showing a timer. I wish that you would rather use this 100 hours to get a piece of land and plant maize and water it for 100 hours. I wish that the dirty gutters in Douala, you get into it and clean that for 100 hours. I wish that Paul Biya, that dirty man in power in Cameroon, you would bring all your relatives to come out and cry in his ears for 100 hours so that he will become nauseous and run out. How will this help Cameroon? Please, we want to laugh, but this is too serious. We want to laugh. This is a country that is so demonically placed in the hands of a dirty dictator, Paul Biya. We want him out. He can't even think, too old to think, yet he's the one ruling the country. And you still have time to crack jokes. Hey. Ambazonia is suffering in Cameroon. They are being shut down, the English-speaking people, just because of the language they speak. You still have time to make jokes. Dash it away. We want to look at the last bits of messages that you have sent, and we'll call it a day. It's been a wonderful time together. Jidefo do. Chibil says, okay, his name is actually Tisbil, right? No, Chibil, I like the name. A politician thinks of the next election. A statesman thinks of the next generation. I'm sure that's what he wanted to say. Stephen Banda says, Blakk Rasta, you are too much, my son. You are too much, my son, right? Love you too much. All right. Blessed love. I love you too. Yes. And the strong vibe says, Blakk, you are too righteous. But to me, we have to treat them the way they treat us. They don't respect us. See what they are thinking about. Only power, just to misuse it. Well, Jano. Stephen Banda says, I would always listen to you, Blakk Rasta. You are too much. You speak truth to power. Thank you so much. Olivius Winzy says, hello, Blakk Rasta. Please, which of the African countries would you relocate to if Bawumia becomes the president of Ghana? I would want to know. Well, hear me now. Listen. If he ever becomes president in the next election, I have the whole of Africa to myself. I'm spoiled for choice. I can go anywhere. I won't even finish touring Africa before he gets out of power. I pray he never becomes one. The God we serve will make sure that demons don't become president. And I pray this prayer for the whole of Africa. Yes. Jidefo says again, Ghana first. That's true. Nobody's bigger than the truth. You are here to serve the nation, not job-seeking Babylons. Okay, that's bitter blessed. That's right. And of course, from Kuwait, this is Jidefo. Thank you so much, Jidefo. He's writing to us from Kuwait. Stephen Banda comes again and says, Blakk, I'm listening to you from South Africa. Bloemfontein. Okay, you are too much, and I am learning from you. Respect. I love South Africa. That's a beautiful country. One of the countries I will go to if this man, in the unlikely event that he becomes president, South Africa will be one of them. And I would like to go to Mpumalanga. I love Mpumalanga. Mpumalanga. I made a song called Mpumalanga. Check it out on YouTube. Ali Agali says, watching you live from, where is that? Cordoba, right? Cordoba, Spain. Okay. Blakk is doing well. I pray that he will be more consistent, especially when his party gets the chance to govern again, hopefully in 2025. Well, that's my prayer too. We love you. We appreciate you. It's been the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo. Come here! I want to say thank you so much. We never, ever take you for granted. The time that you have spent with us, we want to say thank you. Spread the word, share the broadcast, subscribe to our, YouTube channel, Black Empire Media, and be our friend. We love you. Most importantly, make sure that you bring your businesses here so that we can also make a little bit of change, right? As that the crew can keep firing. Yes, but the most important is that you listen to the words and spread that. That is better for us. The Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo. And here, we speak truth to power. Hey! Wayo!